I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. Happy 4th of July. I'm doing a Gusher today. This one's dedicated to Keith Lego. He's a Gusher dude. So I'm using Hot Ones Nugget Honey. And I'm using this amazing Big Mustard Mama grown by Lone Star Mastiff Farms. I'm having a day. It's weird, you know? I mean, I think I probably had this. I should go back to over the last 7 years and look at the July 4th videos and see how I was and see if it's changed. But when I was a kid, my whole family, for essentially most of my entire family's birthdays in July. So when I was little, July was like the most exciting month. Number one, it was summer, so school wasn't around. And number two, like my brother, Tommy, his birthday was yesterday. My birthday's in 2 days. So as a kid, we celebrated our birthdays the same day, you know? So, I don't know, he feels more like a twin than a brother, so a birthday where I'm not around him, or his birthday where I'm not with him, just doesn't seem right. So, I'm kind of going through it today. A month that when I was a child was my favorite month has turned into the month that I wish I could just fall asleep on the last day in June and wake up in August. Sadly, I can't do that. But do you know what I can do? I can put a whole lot of hot honey in that little hole there. And that's what I'm gonna do. No, I'm not the only one who struggles with times of year and such. I don't know, I just really don't like July, and I used to love it, man. It used to be just such a great month. And part of it is the disappointment that I'm disappointed in me. I feel like it's a character flaw. You know, I said for a long, long time, my birthdays don't make me feel old. It's the birthdays of my children that tend to make me feel old. I don't know if it can take much more, honey. I think I'm pretty much tapped out. No, you know what? I can get a little more in there, I think. Now, if you look, it is. You can see it loaded. It's almost wanting to come out. So, anyway. Sorry about being in a funky mood. It is the way it is. I got some friends coming over today. I'm gonna hang out with Foy and a couple buddies, and one of my buddies coming over today is a guitar player, so we might play a little bit. But be safe today. You know, July 4th is like, just be safe. Be safe with fireworks. You know how I am with fireworks? If there's one chance in a billion that I'm gonna blow a finger off, I don't need to do it. I don't care if there's 1 in a billion chance. That's not odds I'm gonna play with. See, I really love guitar. I mean, I really do. It's like a real important thing for me. The idea of not being able to play anymore would be tragic. Anyway, here is my Gusher. Let me see if I can put any more. No, it's pretty much tapped out. All right, so here is a Big Mustard Mama. This is heated by Pepper X. I gotta be really, really careful with this. Johnny Scoville, this is Chase the Heat. Wow. You could pour this on the grossest thing in the world and it would probably taste good. Honey's great. So that was probably one of the tastier Gushers. It was super sweet from the honey. And the great thing is that the Big Mustard Mama is a hot pepper. I don't know the Scoville ratings on it, but my mouth is burning. The back of my throat is burning. You know, I had a few things. I wonder if it would be appropriate to read these today. Let me see here. A couple interesting. Yeah, I'm going to read these to you. This is kind of interesting. You guys know who James Franco is? James Franco, the actor. He sold, are you ready for this? An invisible sculpture for $10,000. The non-visible artwork, which was purchased by an art collector, was billed as an endless tank of oxygen. That's what it was called. To be fair, nothing ranks high on the list of things that we would want Franco to give us, it says. I'm going to stop with their humor because the author here, his humor is off. But he sold, that tells me he's like the greatest salesman in the world. He sold an invisible piece of sculpture for 10 grand. Wow. Walmart, listen to this. Walmart has a lower acceptance rate than Harvard University. The Washington, D.C. store received more than 23,000 applications in the year 2013, but hired only 600 applicants. That is 2.6% acceptance rate, almost twice as selective as Harvard. There's only a few more. Speed dating. You've heard of it. You sit down in front of somebody for 5 minutes, you give them your bullet points, connect, you go back and talk later. If you don't, you move to the next one. Speed dating. It was invented by a rabbi. No joke. Rabbi Yaakov Deo brought together a handful of single men and women in 1998 for some matchmaking at Pete's Coffee in Beverly Hills, California. That was the first one. All right. The bowler hat was created as a safety helmet. Do you know what the bowler hat is? It looks like that. That's the bowler hat. It was designed by London hat makers Thomas and William Bowler. It was a riding helmet meant to protect riders from branches and other obstacles. Since this is a Keith Lego video, that was for him. And the last one, Shel Silverstein wrote a song for Johnny Cash. The author of I can't read this. Anyway, he penned many songs performed by acts like Waylon Jennings and Loretta Lynn, including a great song by Johnny Cash, A Boy Named Sue. I remember the first time I heard that. All right, so there's my review for you today. I probably will have more videos today. but they'll probably be shorts. There may not be long ones like this. Get through today. Be kind. Tell someone you love them. Don't drink and drive. Don't do anything stupid. And tomorrow, let's all have the same number of digits on our hands that we have today. Can we do that? I love you guys. Thank you for being there for me, because you all are there for me, whether you realize it or not, especially during these tough months. In the description box, you're going to see a link for Lone Star Mastiff Farms. Please check them out. They have great peppers. On the bottom, you're going to see my son, Johnny Scoville Jr., and the Lifeboat. The Lifeboat's a channel about recovery and living a purposeful life and putting trauma behind you. So if you've got some trauma or an addiction that you'd like to put in your rear view mirror, I can promise you the Lifeboat is a fantastic starting point. So please go there. On top, you're going to see all the challenges I've done since this journey began, and you're also going to see Pepperology. And Pepperology is a series of videos from brand new chili heads. It'll talk about building tolerances intelligently and thoughtfully without hurting yourself. It'll talk about what to do when you've had too much. It'll talk about prepping. It'll talk about terminology, because you'll hear me say words. You're like, what did he say? So check those out. And again, be kind to somebody today. I love you guys. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this was Chase the Heat.